Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 114 of the hunt today. I am feeling a little bit under the weather today, so we're going to be doing a shorter hunt and a little bit of a shorter ramble. Today we are fighting Banbaro. However you want to say it, depending on your regional dialect, is fine by me. I love this guy. I really think Banbaro is the perfect early game monster, and I say that even though he is an early game monster for Master Rank, the effectively hard mode of Monster Hunter. But given that Duramboros is one of my favorite creatures, it should be no surprise that I love his more alpine-centric cousin. Banbaro is a weird monster to describe. It has the brute wyvern, dinosaur frame, but it has, these massive elk moose antlers and beaver-like tendencies to, root around in debris, carry it, apparently, and it's got a big old tail for whacking you with. I love Banbaro. It is a great design. It perfectly captures that intersection I love of badass and goofy monsters. And the color palette is very nice. It's perfect for a mountainous, snowy area with all the grays, the whites, the browns. It looks like a creature you would see, using kind of its camouflage, to survive in snowy areas while also being a threat to anything that might want to say, fuck you to it. It is very moose-like in that regard, in the sense that it is a herbivore that is, on paper, not something that predators need to be concerned about. But if you know anything about moose, if you get on one's bad side, pick a god and pray, because you're toast, boy. Moose are incredibly deadly, and I feel like Banbaro fits that same niche of, in the world of Monster Hunter, being an apex herbivore, effectively, kind of along the same line of Diablos when you think about it, just with different design niches. Have I done Diablos yet? No, I haven't. How have I not done Diablos yet? Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Anyway, sorry, back to Banbaro. In terms of the fight, when I say Banbaro is the perfect early game monster, I mean it. It's a slower fight that gives you a lot of openings. He has a lot of really good hit zones, so it's, not hard to deal a good chunk of damage to him fairly quickly. But the moves he does have hit hard, so if you are not paying close attention, if you are not dodging effectively, you are going to get punished. And that is, to me, the perfect early game-ish introductory hunt. And what I think all monsters need to do, rather than just being big punching bags. I should clarify, all early game monsters need to be more than just big punching bags. Banbaro is almost the perfect monster, and there is only one thing that is keeping it from, cracking my top 10, and it is, I understand, a very, very nitpicky design, quibble that I have. And it is that it has no reason being in any area besides the Hoarfrost Reach, maybe the Ancient Forest. You look at this thing and tell me it should be anywhere near lava. This Banbaro should not have been an invader monster, and I get why they did it. They wanted invaders that weren't just Devil Joe and Basil Geese. And it is kind of cool to have a early game centric invader monster who can show up on any quest in any locale. That's fun. That's a neat idea that I am glad they experimented with. But it shouldn't have been Banbaro. This man is gonna die if he steps foot in even a temperate climate. He is covered in thick fur, and he is built for cold mountainous weather. I do not understand the reasoning behind him being the early game invader. Aside from the fact that it shows off when he does his move where he digs up stuff from the ground and uses it against you as a weapon, him being in different locales shows off that he can dig up different things. You see in all the snowy areas that I'm fighting him today, he rolls a snowball up in his horns and then slams it down or launches it at you, depending on how big the snowball is. Because it does, it starts off small, and then as he rolls it, it gains mass, and I think that's awesome. I don't think I noticed that when I was first playing Iceborne back when it released. That was really cool to see today. And then in, more wooded areas in, the Ancient Forest or in the Guiding Lands, he'll pick up, a tree trunk and run at you with the tree trunk as a big-ass battering ram. And that, I think, it mechanically, it makes sense that they wanted to show that off, and so him being an invader is the best way to do that. but I just wish maybe they would have, like, changed up his design a little bit to make it more clear that he is built for multiple locales. Like, Devil Joe, I can see surviving and thriving in any area you throw him in. Same with Basil Geese. You know, he's got the fire to keep him warm. He looks like he's not covered in fur, so it makes sense that he'd be able to stay cool in hotter areas. Bonboro just doesn't make sense, and I'm sorry that I'm sticking on that so much, but I just kept thinking about it while I was hunting him today. So all in all, I love Bonboro. I think he's great. I think he's wonderful. I want to see him again. I think if there is a icy locale in Monster Hunter Wilds, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't want to know. As a reminder for everyone, I am currently spoiler-free on everything Wilds related post the release date trailer back in September, and I don't want to know anything else until I have the game in my hands. But if there is a ice area, I could easily see Bonboro coming back and fitting in that locale. But if not, then I don't think I would want to see him again, and I don't think Capcom would bring him back. I'm hoping they heard the kind of, like, community feedback of, like, Bonboro doesn't make sense as an invader, and take it to heart. So for Wilds, because I don't know if there's an ice area, I have to assume there's going to be, because they can't just not include ice monsters. I'm going to say like a 6 or 7 out of 10. He'd be a really good inclusion for an ice area, but because I don't know if there is an ice area, I can't put it higher than that. And then for returning in a future game, I feel like a lot of people love Bonboro. I think Bonboro was like, for Iceborne probably, a lot of people's first like soft wall. Wasn't too crazy, but like at that point where you fight him, you don't have amazing weapons and armor yet. So I think he probably left a big impression on people. So I'd say high chance of coming back. I'd put him also around the 6 or 7 range of getting in a future game. Only marred a little bit because, you know, like early game monsters tend to have a harder time making it back into future games than late game monsters do. Once again, I may have gone past my video time on my recording. We'll see how the editing shakes up. But thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around till the end of the hunt if it's still going. If not, thank you anyway. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.